I'd like to invite Dr. Sushi Singh. Welcoming Dr. Sushi Singh. She's from the BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you. 5 minutes. Mahila Divas, Mahila Sashakti-karan, women empowerment, celebrating women, all really sounds nice, very gratifying. We all sitting over here have one purpose, probably to earn more respect from the world. And some of us are able to contribute, some of us are able to recognize. So first of all, a huge round of applause for WF to recognize this and giving us this platform. And giving me a challenge to wind up within 2 to 5 minutes, and that also at 2:30 today, 2:30 in the afternoon, to come all the way. If we talk about women empowerment, I would say that as Mr. Popley said, to start from the womb, but as women, we all have been speaking about our own empowerment from our heart. So here, I would like to give this message today that each one of us have done it and would agree that every single woman can make a difference. We have made a difference, we will make a difference, and we should make a difference. It's not so easy today. After 29 years of experience in education sector and administration, I'm holding a number of portfolios. She said BRICS Chamber of Commerce. I'll count it. I think it will take time. My 5 minutes will be over. So as an educationist, as a social entrepreneur, as a national level shooter, and vice president of a number of organizations, including BRICS Chamber of Commerce Industry, Delhi University, a number of colleges, governing body member, as well as vice president of the first vice president of Delhi Police Family Welfare Society. It was not an easy catwalk. Believe me, you all can trust me. It was as difficult as a 12-year-old child was denied the right of education, right of selecting sports, right of choosing career, and of course, right to celebrate your own life the way you want. 12 and a half, I was a very good student, a very good sports person. In fact, in a backward state where my father was a senior officer, I had represented that state thrice at state level in a particular sports. You might have heard the name Kabaddi. The 4th time I was denied. The reason? I was a girl child ready to go to the college, ready to go to grade 10th and not supposed to play further. At the age of 15 and a half, 16, I cleared medical entrance, and I was very proud that my parents will be very proud, my family will be very proud, and I'm bringing laurels to the family. And to much utter disbelief that I was denied to get entrance into medical, because traditional Rajput families are not supposed to work where and not supposed to study to such institutions where there might be possibility of intercaste marriages. So next, 20 years old, I topped my university, the so-called St. Stephens of Bihar, and to my utter disbelief, I had been given 3 opportunities to get married from either an IS or an IPS officer. So what was the chance? So 20 and a half, I was forced to marry. So the story ends, the story begins. 22, first kid, a girl child. 24, second girl child. But to cut the long story short, what I did, I studied. I negotiated, persuaded my husband to let his wife study, and I kept on studying. And today, 4 contributions. I will just wind up with 4 contributions. My first contribution towards myself and towards my family. I made my daughters believe in themselves, and without any tuition, without any kind of external help, the girls topped the country, the India baccalaureate system, and got entrance into the best of the universities of the world, and brought laurels to the family and to the nation. So yes, the mother was behind it. I kept on studying, working, and connecting students wherever I had worked, wherever I got the opportunity with the community, including my daughters. So today, name a university which they have not gone through Princeton, and they are studying in Harvard and Columbia universities. They have worked with the best of the institutions. So I feel very proud that I have given to worthy citizens of the country. Second contribution, if I talk about, in every adverse circumstances, wherever I had been placed, I have turned every challenge into opportunity, and I'm trying this challenge as well. So I established in fact, a first English medium school in a third world country in very adverse circumstances, and I feel proud of it because the country really needed it. The country, that school is still running with my name. Third contribution, in fact, 17 and a half good years I kept on studying. My last education was with Harvard in corporate social responsibility in 2015. After 2.5 years, I'm now pursuing my MA in yoga and naturopathy. The world should not stop for you. It just began and it should continue. You should be example for your own family, for the community. So I connected, I worked with the schools, I established the schools, I coordinated the schools, I worked with higher education system, and of course I was talking to her and I got the opportunity to work for Lancaster University, and I was the first person from Lancaster University to represent Indian education system in British Parliament. And I started with a new system of, in fact, the exchange program based on volunteering, for which we were recognized, and 6 countries students started coming to India to get connected with Indian villages. The first important message which I gave to my students every time, that develop your individual social responsibility. If you are individually socially responsible, only then you can talk about corporate social responsibility. So exhibit your individual social responsibility, and this is what I'm very proud my students have already done it, and they are connected with me, and I feel very proud of it. Third and last, my contribution towards my own community. I was working after 17 years in education sector. I jumped into corporate social responsibility first-hand experience. I worked with the Education Solution Company as the first CEO, and adopted a village before Prime Minister Modi ji's vision, believe me, and it is still with me. That foundation does not exist because I jumped out of it, and they're not doing well, but I have adopted it in my own individual capacity, where I make sure, not the quantity, but the quality. 92 women have been taught the basic education. They have been taught that how to live with dignity, how to earn small money, and to proceed towards financial independence, to make yourself feel worthy. Then about children, if you talk about holistic education, if you talk about holistic development of a child, it depends on the whole of the community. So we are focusing on the whole of the community. Every single part is touched. So the children they have been given access to quality education. They have been taught digital education, especially women, and there is a small brigade of adolescent girls who teach self-defense to different villages, and I feel very proud of it, because I think when we talk about empowerment, we are incomplete if we do not teach self-defense to our girls, especially in our country. So our self-defense comes as a package. Now, as a Vice President of Police Family Welfare Society, I was given to start from a scratch. When I was working for, of course it was a lucrative job to work as a CEO, so I was given a challenge to start, to rejuvenate dying society. And of course, today, after 2 years, I worked day and night, I gave up my job to start with it, and today, with pride, I can say that I'm able to connect 80,000 plus police personnel, and I have 10 welfare centers, 2 production centers, 2 PMKVY centers, and at least I'm able to develop sense of belongingness and oneness in the families, which is very much needed. Thank you very much. It is said that I would say, of course, if you understand Hindi, I believe for all of us, for all women, this comes true that हौसले, if we call मंजिलें बड़ी ज़िद्दी हैं, रास्ते भी बड़े ज़िद्दी हैं, मगर मैं शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ उस परवरदिगार का जिसने हमें औरत बनाया. हम औरतों के हौसले भी बड़ी ज़िद्दी हैं. थैंक यू वेरी मच.